Hello, this is Lotus. Today we're going to be looking at this under travel bag. I was looking for a paintball bag. I've been shopping around for quite a while, but most of the bags out there on the market are pretty expensive, usually between like 250, 350 bucks. You got your HKs, your Planet Eclipses out there, and I think they're a little bit overkill for what they actually need to be. So usually your paintball bag, you're going to have wheels on there. It's going to be really big. You're going to have an expandable side to the bag. But the wheels usually, in my opinion, they just get clogged up with mud and debris and all that other stuff, and they kind of just stop working after a while. So I was looking for a bag that was a little bit smaller than that, a little bit more compact, but still fit all my stuff. And I was ordering my jersey from Under, and I noticed this particular travel bag, and it only had like one review on it. So I was curious as to what it looked like, how it was. So I went ahead and ordered one with my jersey. USD, it was about $150 for this guy, which seems a little bit steep for a bag, but relative to paintball gear bags, quite a bit cheaper. And I still think it provides a lot of the amenities that the other gear bags do, at least according to Under's website. So without further ado, I'm going to take a look at this guy, let you guys know what I like, what I don't, and then I'll probably do a follow-up review after I actually end up using it. So just a general overview. When you purchase this Atlas travel bag, you get the bag itself, you get a bunch of stickers and other stuff from Under, and then you also get a nice strap. The color I ended up going with for this bag was this kind of like night camo type look. It's got these nice little squares on it, and it provides some nice texturing, and you can see that the strap they sent me actually had the same texturing on it. So nice little attention to detail there. Everything with the strap itself seems like pretty standard duffel bag stuff. Now, looking at the actual bag itself, on this side of the bag, you have 3 different pouches on the side. You have these 2 pouches with clips to open it, and then they have your little elastic strap to actually hold it open or closed, and then you have a larger bag in the middle. And this guy has a zipper on it. Room in this guy is looking pretty spacious. You actually have quite a bit of extra storage there. Also MOLLE straps on the side, so if you wanted to add anything extra, you could do that on this side as well. Looking at the other side, we got 2 pretty large pouches, also with Velcro and MOLLE on there. Each one is a zipper on there. It's a pretty nice zipper, and it's got a little tassel to help open it up a little bit, but you have these extra pockets in here to help with a little bit more storage. They're a little bit shallow, but they can expand into the bag quite a bit, so I think they'll actually provide quite a bit of room. I bet it could probably fit like most of a bag of paint in there or something like that, or your tools and accessories for when you're traveling. On the sides of the bag, you have one of these guys, also with MOLLE all the way down, a really nice solid grab handle here. This isn't going anywhere. And on this side, we have this kind of flexible cloth material to allow it to expand out. These zippers go all the way down to here. So not quite the full length of the bag, but far enough. So this can expand out quite a bit on this side. And same with the other side. This side actually has a more Cordura type fabric to allow for the expansion of the material, but still lets it come out quite far, you can see. And the same as the other side, it doesn't actually go all the way down. I do wish it went all the way down. I think that would allow you to get much more room out of this, but it's okay that it doesn't. On the top of the bag, you have 2 backpack straps here. They're actually really solid, nice padded backpack straps. It's got the vents in there the whole length, and you can see how long these are. So you're really going to get a lot of contact area on them. I think that makes them really nice. One thing I don't like about these particular backpack straps is the straps they use for the material. You can see they're pretty thin and pretty wobbly. I think it kind of lets them move around a little bit too much. I'd like a much thicker strap material. I'm actually planning on buying a third-party strap and just probably replacing them all. I just don't really think that they're going to hold up over time. So it is one downside to this. I think those straps are really not that high quality. And I have a lot of trouble actually manipulating the sizing of the backpack straps, I think that it's pretty hard to pull them down, and this piece is not very conducive to actually pulling it tighter. Especially for me, I'm a smaller guy. I really don't like it too much, but I don't think it's a critical sin or anything like that. I think it's totally fine for what this bag is. You got your duffel bag straps on the top, one on each side, right there. And these are really solid. The whole bag is honestly made of a really, really nice material. It's a Cordura fabric. Everything's padded, really thick. It just feels really, really nice. I know this thing's gonna hold up and last a long time, because just kind of like throwing it around and messing with it, like the whole thing is really solidly together. Looking at the inside, get the nice little under logo on top, and they have one underneath as well. And you got the bear with the secondary logo on there. Nice little pouch up top, store some of your tools in. On the inside, this is one of those bags that comes with the really nice divider in it. So this was originally down underneath, but the divider itself is really, really nice. You got a lot of room in here, so you can kind of divide the pouch however you want to. I'm planning on doing it so that my paint goes on the left side here and kind of the everything else goes on the right. I'm sure I could subdivide that a little bit further, kind of by shifting it around, but it's gonna have plenty of room for all of my markers, my tank, pretty much everything with the exception of my mask. I think I'll have to carry that separately, but even then I could probably put it in one of these side pouches or figure out a way to kind of get it in there to hang off while I'm traveling, because I use a case for my mask. So I think that's not going to be really an issue. The divider itself is Velcro. It goes into the sides. There's two really nice Velcro strips on either side that it actually goes into. One kind of nasty thing about this divider is that it kind of expands the bag out a little bit too much. It's a little bit too tall, so you kind of got to scrunch the whole thing up in order to close it, but that's not the biggest deal ever. You can just see it deforms this divider a little bit. So if you're really packed in there, you're gonna have some troubles with it. Now, removing the divider, so I can show you everything that's underneath, you'll notice that it's actually really in there. Oh my goodness. So that thing is not going anywhere when you are moving around. Even if you have this thing on your back, there's two strips of Velcro, one on either side, and it really holds it in there. I'm actually gonna have to cut and take this out. So you can see I've got the divider out. Divider is just like a plasticky type material, surrounded in this kind of, I guess also plasticky, like polyester type material. Got a foam pad on this side, other side is just plain plastic. You can see how it managed to stick in there so well. It's got a Velcro pad on both sides, like little flaps, that runs the entire length of the actual divider itself. So you can see the two on the side that it actually hooks into, and once it's in there, it stays. It's really in there. Below that, you have another guy right here, and you may be asking what that is. What I believe that it is if you want to kick it up, you can actually lock it into the sides so that they are more rigid if you want it to. Or alternatively, you can just pull the whole thing out, if I can here. It is fitted pretty well on the inside. Sorry about that. And you can see, folds out, and you get two strips of Velcro on the bottom for however you would want to do any kind of other dividers. Or alternatively, you have your Velcro right here. It's got one on the other side as well. And then you have your Velcro right here and one on the other side as well. So I believe that is to add extra rigidity to the bag if you want to, if you don't want to expand it. I'm not 100% sure as of this point. There's really no guide on how this thing actually works. So that's just gonna be my presumption for right now. But I like that they added it. I like that it folds up, it can come out. Don't have any issue there. If I take that out, you can see the bottom of the bag has the Velcro on there as well. Now that I think about it, this guy is the hook part of the Velcro, and the other side is the loop part of the Velcro. So I imagine that's actually meant to go in the other way around, and then you would kind of stick the sides up to give yourself the extra rigidity to the bag, which is really nice. So if you really wanted it to be extra rigid, you could do that. I'm probably going to leave it for the expandability and probably leave that out most of the time, but somebody might really like that. Now, you can see the bag itself, very spacious once you have everything out of there. And even without the more rigid parts in there, still stands up on its own on the side, no problem at all. And if I flip it over, I'm sure it'll do the same thing, probably even better, because it doesn't have these pouches on there. But you can see, stands up really, really nice. So the whole thing is really rigid. At the bottom, you have a nice big foam pad here. You can see how I'm grabbing it. So your markers are going to be safe in there. Everything's going to be bouncing between padding to padding. Now, one thing is that there is not as much padding on this side, and as a result, when you're actually wearing the backpack straps, it could be a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm going to go ahead and put it on and show you guys what that looks like, just so you can see. So here I am wearing the actual duffel bag itself. I went ahead and pre-adjusted the whole thing to me. It's got this nice cross strap in the middle, and I adjusted the sides. It took quite a bit of effort to do so. Once again, I really don't think these straps are of the highest quality, but overall, not too much of a pain to actually get in there. From a side profile, you can see that's about how it looks on my back. It comes down to exactly where I want it to. I like it to be at about butt level, and then only up to my shoulders on the top. So on the other side, you can see how that actually sits. I think it actually sits exactly where I want it to, especially after I cinched it up. Everything feels really good in my chest area. The only downside I could think of is that my back has the zippers exposed to it. So there's always the possibility that when I put a lot of stuff in it, the metal could dig into my back and make it feel weird. But as of right now, I think it feels great. So now that you've seen what it looks like when it's actually on my back, I'm just going to do a kind of a quick final breakdown of what I like and what I don't like. So I think the Under Atlas travel bag has tons of storage in it. I really like the expandable sides. I like the MOLLE on the sides in case you want to add even more. I think the actual backpack straps are of high quality. All the zippers are of high quality. The material of the bag itself is really high quality. I love the colorway that I got it in. It's this like night cam. I think it looks really, really nice, super clean. They now have a few more additional colors since I've actually ordered this bag, but I think I would have stuck with this one. And it's kind of like gray, blue, green kind of color to it. I think it's nice, muted, and it's distinct enough that I'll know that it's mine. Some things I don't like. I really don't like these straps. Once again, I think they are terrible. I wish that they did not come with these, but that's kind of a minor complaint relatively. I wish that they didn't mix the plastic and the metal for these guys. I believe these guys are metal for the actual duffel bag, whereas these guys on the side are more of a plastic. There's some other plastic stuff in here. The latches for everything, these guys are nice. These guys, not so nice. I don't think they do a super good job there. But relatively, for the cost of the bag, $150 as compared to what you get with some of the other name brands, I don't think this is necessarily a bad deal. I think that it is totally reasonable for the amount of money that it is to get this bag. And I think it's going to hold up over time, especially after I get the straps replaced. So overall, I like the product. Out of 10, if I have to give it an arbitrary ranking, I'd probably say like 6 or a 7. I think this is something that definitely should probably be used and be carted around. But one of the advantages of this that I have not mentioned yet is that it can also be a TSA travel bag. So it fits within TSA guidelines. You can take this on a plane. So if you really wanted to put all your paint bale gear or a lot of it in your bag and then have clothes in there as well, it could be a great day bag if you're moving around. Obviously, you have to have a check on or a check bag for a lot of this stuff, but for the most part, this will fit most of it. So I think for all those aspects, I really, really like it. Once again, 6 or a 7 out of 10. I do think it's worth the money, but could it use a little bit of improvement? Absolutely. So thank you very much for watching my review. I appreciate any feedback you guys want to give me. Thank you very much. Lotus signing off.